It was just after midday Beijing time that China and the United States moved closer to a full-blown trade war. Not that many people seem to notice in this busy Beijing market. Shoppers we spoke to say the trade war hasn't so far affected what they buy, but it has affected the way some now think about the United States, and nationalist sentiment is building.
It is the Americans' normal practice to bully others. Hegemony countries always do this.
When we get strong enough, America will not even think about bombing us.
He's referring to what happened 20 years ago this week when US missiles struck China's Belgrade embassy during NATO's bombardment of Yugoslavia, killing 3 Chinese journalists. NATO called it an accident. China called it an act of war, and still does. Here in China, it's a year of political and emotionally charged anniversaries. The most important one falls in October, when people mark 70 years since the foundation of the People's Republic. A year in which China's leader has to appear strong, especially over trade.
If you don't agree, we'll wipe you out.
China knows what it's like to be on the losing side in a real trade war. In the mid-19th century, it lost 2 to Britain, which was trying to force China to buy opium, a humiliating episode of Chinese history, and one to which President Xi Jinping often refers to today. The trade war with the United States is one more concern in a critical year.
The economic expectation is that the economy is going to be very weak. There's financial risks are rising. And the housing market is not particularly strong either. So what we're looking at is a fragile economy and a very difficult situation from the outside.
They've been dismantling the old US embassy in Beijing. Its diplomats moved to a vast complex on the other side of the city years ago. But this week, of all weeks, Chinese workmen began knocking down the old building. A fitting metaphor, perhaps, for the state of Sino-US relations. Adrian Brown, Al Jazeera, Beijing.